Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be talking about some of the books I'm going to be attempting to read this month, and a few of these are in the Spookathon challenge, which I'm going to be trying to take part in, which I think is between the 14th and the 20th of October. So I'm going to go through those books, and yeah, I've got 4 books here, and I'm going to do my best to get through all of them. I don't know if I'm going to finish all of them. I have quite a few books I'm going to try and read this month. But yeah, I'll see what I'm going to get through. So this is what I'm going to attempt to read this month, amongst posting some other, point horror books and that kind of things on this channel. So I've written down the challenges for Spookathon. So the challenges are: read a thriller, read something with red on the cover, read something with a spooky word on the cover, something set in a spooky location, and something you wouldn't normally read. Now obviously those are 5 challenges, and I only have 4 books here. That's because some of them are actually going to double up, like I'm using for more than one of the challenges, if that makes sense. So to start off with, I have Towards Zero by Agatha Christie, and this is going to be for something you wouldn't normally read, and this could also go in with a thriller and also red on the cover. So that actually covers 3 of the challenges. But yeah, I've never read an Agatha Christie book, and in a recent haul I just showed, I picked up a couple and I really want to give them a go. So I thought this would be a good month to try one. I don't know really anything about it. It's not too long. It's basically a bunch of people go to this house. So an uneasy house party gathers for dinner in an old-fashioned English resort. A distinguished solicitor, a frail dowager, a famous sportsman, a fictitious new wife and his unhappy former wife, and a man who has always loved her, all part in a carefully laid plan for murder. So yeah, a good murder mystery story. I thought I would give this one a go, and I love the cover of this with the tennis racket with the eyeball poking through. So yeah, this one actually fits quite a few of the challenges. I then have Home by Karen Donny, probably said that wrong, but I bought this a little while ago and it's been sat on my TBR shelf and I've been wanting to read it for ages and ages and ages. So I decided to give it a go this month. This could also fit into the thriller category, but I'm using it for the spooky location. So this is set in an isolated cabin, and it follows this woman called Helen. And in her past, she had a very unhappy childhood. It says here she was brought up in an isolated cabin until she was 12. Helen was raised by her terrified, broken mother and a man who held them both captive, Helen's own father. So I think this book is about her facing her demons. I think he's recently coming out of prison, and it's her kind of having to go back to her childhood home to figure some things out. So yeah, I think it's going to be quite an emotional read. So yeah, this is the thriller / spooky setting category. I then have The Ghost Hunters, which I've actually already started. And I'm really enjoying so far. This is by Neil Spring, and this is for the spooky word on the cover, and of course the spooky word is ghost. And I think I've actually covered all of the challenges now, but I'm really enjoying this. It's set in London. It's based on a true story. It follows a guy called Harry Price, who was a real person, and he is kind of like a paranormal investigator in the 1920s, and the story is being told from Sarah Gray's perspective, who is his new assistant. And yeah, they go around London and they are investigating they're investigating, you know, people who do seances and psychics, and trying to find the fakers, basically. They're trying to debunk all of these phenomenons and see if anything comes up real. And they end up going to this manor called Borderley Rectory, and yeah, things go awry. I'm only about 100 pages in, and so far I'm really enjoying it, and we'll see where it goes. So yeah, I have high hopes for this one because I'm enjoying it so far. And last but not least, I'm just chucking this in as well. It could also go into the haunted, spooky word on the cover, because it's called Haunted. And it could also go with the red theme, the something red on the cover because of her lips. But this is Haunted by Chuck. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that last name, but that's his last name. And this is actually a book of my husband's, and he actually doesn't read books. I think he borrowed this from a friend many years ago. And it's just kind of, you know, it's a bit battered and it's been passed around a little bit, and I've decided to give it a go because I've always looked at the cover and thought that looks like something I'm going to really enjoy. And it also says, I think it's a dark comedy. It says nauseating, darkly funny and brutally graphic. So I think there's lots of horror in this one. It says this novel was made up of 23 of the most horrifying, hideous, mind-blowing, stomach-churning tales you'll ever encounter. They're told by people who have answered a headline artist's retreat, abandon your life for 3 months. So yeah, so it just sounds really interesting about a bunch of people going and abandoning their lives, and then guessing some horrible stuff happens. And I think they're short stories. Yeah, I'm not quite sure, but we'll see. I find this very intriguing. So these are the books I'm going to attempt to read this month. Like I said, I've already started this one, and I'm enjoying it so far, and I really want to read this one because I think it sounds really interesting. Well, I want to read all of them, to be honest, but I will see how far I get. Whether I manage to keep it within the time frame the Spookathon is set, I don't know. I might be able to finish 3 of them since I've already started this one. And then Haunted I'm probably going to keep reading throughout the month, and I'll keep you updated to how far I get. So if anybody else is taking part in Spookathon, then drop me a comment down below, and I'd love to see your videos too. And if any of you have any comments on these books, if you've read them yourselves, that would be really interesting to hear about. And yeah, that's all I pretty much have to say in this video. I will do a wrap up at the end of the month, and let you guys know what I enjoyed, and yeah, if I managed to finish them all. So that's all I have to say. So as always, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye guys.